Okay. Okay, so Ernesto, tell me, how many days did you walk in your journey here?
Well, I've been traveling for 28 days until today. I left Havana on the 21st last month, and I went to Nicaragua, and I went through Honduras, Guatemala, Belize, and ultimately in Mexico. In Mexico, I spent like 2 weeks more or less because it's more difficult to move people around to get here.
Were you in a caravan or were you just with a smaller group?
Well, we were in different groups. We were moving. Sometimes we went in bigger groups or smaller groups. They were changing us from one position to the other, and they were mixing us. And sometimes they couldn't send everyone away, so they just pick a small pack and they send them away. And then you could join other people on a different location after that.
Who's they? Who moved you around?
Well, it's people that you contact. When you know people that have been doing this, then you have people that can connect you to the people that actually can do this. They can actually get you a plane ticket to get to Managua, because it's very difficult to get it from Cuba, and then someone that can move you safely through the countries that you have to come from Nicaragua to here, till here.
How much money did you have to pay for this?
Around $11,000.
$11,000 in US dollars?
US dollars, yeah.
From the day you left Havana till the day you got here, $11,000?
Because the plane ticket alone is like $4,000 because you can't get it easily. So there's a lot of black market around it. So you get it for between $3,800 to $4,000 more or less. And then the whole journey over here is like $6,500, and of course the rest of the expenses for money, water, some lodging and stuff.
How did you afford it when you?
I have to sell my house to come here.
And are you by yourself?
Yeah, I'm here with my friend.
And what's your goal? What do you want to do here? Are you claiming asylum, or are you just here to work?
Yeah, I'm claiming asylum and of course start a new life, because it's getting very difficult there. Yeah.
What was your life like in Havana? Can you tell me?
Well, I have been without working for in the legal stuff. I used to work for the government, for a phone company, and because of my ideology and the ways that the things that I thought, they put a little bit of pressure, and I have to quit. So I left it, and I had to do other private stuff, like black market stuff. Sometimes I would buy stuff and I would sell it on a different price, and I had my house, and eventually it turned to a point that I just decided to leave, because now there's a big crisis with not only the food and products, also with the power. We don't have power for a lot of hours. In Havana, it's not that bad, but outside Havana, people sometimes spend like 12 to 14 hours without power on a single day.
Did you feel safe in Havana?
Well, lately, no.
What was it that didn't make you feel safe? What was
because
uneasy?
Because sometimes when you express what you think on an open location, then some people can tell you, you shouldn't be doing that, you shouldn't be saying that, you shouldn't be expressing that. And
so if you don't agree with the government,
some things of the system are not quite bad. They should modify it to make it better, but you should be able to express yourself and to tell you, okay, we think that this is not done correctly, and you could do something to do, different.
So correct me if I'm wrong. You didn't agree with the government and what the government was doing in Cuba.
In many things,
you spoke up.
In many things, I did not agree with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now.
But that's something that sometimes you have to keep to yourself if you want to be safe.
Yeah. So what's the plan now? You left obviously Havana. Do you have family here?
Where
are you going?
I have family in Florida, and so I'm going to stay with them, to start up a new life and start working and make a new life here.
What did you hear about the journey here? Did you know what you were going to see when you got here?
When you start doing this, you start asking a lot of questions, because you have to know what you're going to be facing. But believe me, no one can prepare you for this, because there's a lot of surprises, and the surprises are never a good thing.
What surprises did you run into, Ernesto?
Well, I had to go through jungles in the middle of the rain, like 2 hours sometimes. I have to I was in a situation where there were people in Mexico, with big guns. That I never saw that. They came and they threatened us because they didn't know who was moving us. So you have to. Sometimes they ask you a question, you don't know what to say, because you're waiting for someone to come and pick you up, and then they just get a little bit violent. But luckily it got resolved. So that's a couple of moments that were very hard.
Why not stay in like Nicaragua or stay in Mexico? Why did you come all the way to the U.S.?
Because here's where I have, where I have family. When I left Cuba with my almost empty-handed, because most of the money I had to spend it on the trip.
Are you worried at all that you're going to be sent back because you're here by yourself as a single adult male? Are you worried that maybe you won't qualify for asylum?
Well, I'm not worried about that. I'm hoping really that this country opens its arms to me, because it's not easy. The idea of going back, it's not easy at all.
Yeah, you have nothing there. You have no house. You spent all your money on this journey.
And many people do that. I mean, I'm not the only one.
Do you have family still in Cuba?
Yeah, I have a few family over there.
Are they planning to make the journey too?
Well,
now that they know
maybe they
safe?
have the idea, but sometimes people don't have the means to afford it, because it's not cheap, as I told.
Okay. Are you happy that you did the journey?
Yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very happy that I'm currently here, because it's been very difficult for all of us. For instance, these people are traveling with me we're like 20, 18 sometimes, and they have been, most of us have been together all the time. And when we got here, when we were walking this way, we were eager to get here, because we were starting to feel safe, finally.
Did people tell you what you would face with Border Patrol? Did they tell you it was safe? Did they tell you to look for Border Patrol? How did you find the spot?
They told us that we should keep walking around this, and that we will find the Border Patrol, and that we will be treated, with respect.
You haven't seen the Border Patrol yet, right?
Yes, because they left here like 1 hour, about 45 minutes ago, because they're making like a routine change, and they're coming again to start doing the line again. But
do you feel respected?
I felt very respected, yeah.
Okay.
For the first time, a volunteer brought us water, brought some snacks to be waiting here, and it feels like a person.
Do you know much about what's going on in America? Do you know that there's some people that are frustrated with immigration, that are seeing all of this and are going, what's happening? What would you say to them?
Well, I would say to them that America was built on immigration in the first place, because the United States is a big mixture of cultures, and of course they have to have rules, because you can't just allow everyone to come in, but you have to look, where are the people coming from, why are they coming from. So is it good that they come and they probably can make a better life, because some people qualify for jobs that sometimes other people don't want to do, or don't have means to do, and you have to check, okay, where do you come from? What can you do? What can you provide for us? And immigration is not always bad,
Now, when it comes time for you, if you get to stay here and you get some kind of citizenship, when you get to stay, will you be voting, and will it matter which party? Will you be voting for the Democratic Party, since this is when you were able to come into, or will you be voting based on policy?
Well, so far what I've read, I'm more prone to the Democrats. They're more less conservative, and now things that are happening currently, where due to, I don't know how to, I'm sorry if I'm not expressing correctly, I have seen that, for instance, some things are being banned, like the right to abortion right now, and that's a big thing, and other rights could be revoked based on this decision right now. So it's something that you have to look in the long run.
So did the timing the timing here when you came, did it have anything to do with the administration? Did it have anything to do with who's in office?
No. It pretty much have to do with the situation over there.
Okay.
That it turned unsustainable, and now that's something important. The administration now, for instance, the previous administration was not so prone to allow people to come in. Now, luckily, it's a little bit less restrictive, so it helps.
So it had a little bit to do with it?
It had a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
But mainly is because of how the situation is over there.
Okay. Partly